Hi there, my name is Laura. I'm 26 years old and I'm an alternate day faster. Now you may be wondering, what is alternate day fasting? So fasting in general is not a diet. It is a way of eating. It's time restricted eating. And alternate day fasting is just where you eat one day and then you don't eat the next and you just repeat and you eat every other day. There's a lot of different ways that people can do this. Some people do a modified alternate day fast, which is where you would consume about 25% of your calories. You know, if you're somebody who counts calories, I would generally, as a rule of thumb, say like 500 calories a day or less. And the more concentrated of a time window you can eat those calories in, the better. But there are people who would, spread those calories throughout the day. And then there are other people who do keto. Keto and fasting certainly go hand in hand. I've done keto before. I find that it's something that's really hard to maintain over a long time, and fasting is something that's easy and adds to my life instead of, takes away from it. Okay, so I have been alternate day fasting for 3 weeks now. I started on February 17th, and today is March 8th, Sunday, March 8th. So just at 3 weeks. The way that I do it is I fast anywhere from 36 to like 42 hours. Most of the time it ends up being closer to the 36 to like 40 range. And I often try to skip breakfast. When I was growing up, I was always overweight. At my highest, I was 217 pounds. I just like looked in the mirror one day and I just like was so disgusted. And I was like, I have to do something different. So I decided that I was going to lose weight. And it was the summer right before my sophomore year, and I started running, and I wasn't losing any weight. So I started changing my eating. I started like restricting calories. I don't remember what I followed. It might have been like around 1,200 calories. That's personally not something that I recommend that anyone do, but I did do it, and I was just really good about trying to eat healthier and eat less. And I lost about 60 pounds in 6 months. And then I hit a plateau. I was feeling a lot better about myself, but it's not like I was really happy with my body. Like I still knew that I had a lot of weight to lose. Over the next 7 years, I pretty much have yo-yoed. I've never been too much lower than I was at that point. When I first lost weight, I got to about 160. I've been about 150 before. But I've always stayed in that kind of like 155-ish to 165-ish range, I would say, most of the time. And there have been a couple of times where I got up to like 170-ish range. And I lost my grandma last year, and that was really hard on me. And after she passed away, I kind of just like made excuses for myself, and I said, oh, it's okay, like I deserve this. I was around 175 when I started this. Yeah, I've never been a healthy weight before. I've always been considered overweight. So I'm taking this journey. I'm fasting every other day. My plan is to do this at least until the wedding. I'm probably not going to do it on my honeymoon. But it's something that I think could go far beyond that. Overall, I would say that my experience with alternate day fasting has been really, really good. So for more background, I've been fasting for about 2 years now. I guess November 2017 was when I started fasting. Actually, I think I started fasting in October. But it's been over 2 years. I've practiced some form of fasting. I would say last year, 2019, was definitely the worst year as far as like me, getting more to just like a 16/8 kind of fasting and not even doing that all the time. Whereas like 2018, I'd say, I fasted at least 16 hours a day, 95% of the time, if not more than that. And one thing that I've found is like I've always tried to incorporate these like full day fasts where I just like don't eat for an entire calendar day. And in the past, it's been hard. I've, been able to do it here and there, but nothing that was actually really consistent. And one thing that I found about alternate day fasting that I really like is that like for some reason it's easier. It's easier to fast every other day because it's like it's better to have like a switch, when I'm either eating or I'm not eating versus, oh, I can eat every day, but I can't eat what I want, or I'm like restricting what I'm eating. It's kind of like your body goes into those modes and it gets better. The more you do it, the better it gets about shifting in and out of those modes without like discomfort. Like I would just say over the last 3 weeks, like my fasting has gotten a lot easier. The first week, I actually cheated 2 days of that week. I think one day I actually turned it into an eat day basically, and I ate a meal in the evening around like 4:30, I think. And then another day I was like not feeling well, and I really felt like I needed to eat something, so I had about 500 calories, and then I didn't eat anything again after that. But each of those days, I still treated them as a fast day, and I treated the next day as an eat day. I think on the day where I like ate an entire meal, I only did like one meal the next day, but I still ate. And I noticed that even when I did that, even when I kind of broke, my fasting still got easier. The second week was definitely easier. I think this week has been the easiest. I can't remember. One day this week was kind of tough. I want to say it was like Wednesday. Was kind of like just an off day for whatever reason. I kept getting hungry, but I always find that drinking water, drinking coffee, having a little bit of salt, if you wait, your hunger goes away, and it definitely reduces over time. So I think that's really important. I think it's really, really good to know that fasting helps you get in tune with your body and in tune with when you're actually hungry. And one thing that I think is especially cool about alternate day fasting that I have not experienced with any other form of fasting is that I have a tendency to overeat normally in the past when I break my fast. Not like I would go to donuts necessarily. I think I have done that before. But just that when I do eat, I don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm dying, I'm stuffing my face. It's weird. It's like my relationship with food is changing. And I think that's one thing that's really important. And as, you know, you lose weight, you don't want to be so obsessed with food. You want to have like a healthy relationship with food. You want to have a healthy relationship with your body. And that's what I'm after. And I'm just starting to see this transformation, and it's really nice. I really like it. That being said, I will say for some reason, I definitely tend to eat a little bit worse on the weekend whenever it's my eat day. And I think that's totally fine. I think sometimes you have to give yourself a break. Like yesterday, I had some chocolates and I had some Skittles. And I definitely say I ate more yesterday than I think I have on any other fast day. But today I'm fine. Like I haven't eaten anything today. I do sometimes drink kombucha on my fast days. Technically that breaks your fast. It's like 50 calories, depending on what you get or how much you drink. But for me, I think kombucha is really healthy. It helps me get through my fast. I don't really count it. So yeah, I just want to record this journey. I think that fasting is really a great tool for people to take control of their lives. Like, I know that I haven't gotten to my goal yet, and hopefully I'll get to do that here, and hopefully you guys can see that journey with me. But I was just really inspired by Rachel Sharp. If you haven't seen any of her videos, I highly recommend. I'm going to link her channel down below. I couldn't find anybody else who was so committed to documenting their alternate day fasting or their fasting journeys. And I thought it was really cool. I loved going to her channel. Like when I first found one of her videos, it was when she was, obviously like skinny and she looked great. And I was like, wow, like alternate day fasting really did this for her. So I went back to her channel and I looked at like her first video that she did, which I think for her was like week 18. And she started at a heavier point than I am right now. But I went back and looked at that, and then I kind of like skipped ahead weeks. I didn't actually go through and watch a lot of those. I mean, she's been doing this for 2 years, and I literally just discovered her, so I'm probably not gonna get to go watch all of them. But it was so cool to be able to see the transformation. And so, if I can just be another example of that, then I think that would be great. If you want to learn more about fasting, I would definitely recommend checking out Dr. Fung. He has written a book called The Obesity Code. Also, if you don't want to read a book, he's got tons of videos. He does podcasts. There's lectures I've seen on YouTube. I'll link some of those down below. I highly recommend. It's always good to know not just how to do something, but why you're doing it. And I think that makes it a lot easier. So yeah, I will keep checking in with you guys. Oh, wait. I totally forgot. I didn't even tell you how much weight I've lost. So I started out 175. I would say maybe I lost like 2 pounds from just trying to eat a little bit better, maybe. But yeah, so yesterday I weighed 163 pounds. So that's pretty much like 10, 12 pounds. I don't know. I'm going to call it like 10. This morning though, I did weigh, I think I weighed 167. So, I ate poorly yesterday. And so like sometimes your body just bloats a little bit more. I'm not going to worry about that. I've been steadily seeing it going down. So yeah, 3 weeks worth of fasting, and I would say I lost like about 10 pounds. So I'm really excited to see what the coming weeks and months will bring. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Feel uninvited. Left home in West LA, I'm not excited.